This ought to be interesting. God, what an idiot.
Broadcasting from North Myrtle Beach, South Carolina, TGD Radio presents GolfRap, sponsored by Myrtle Beach Golf Authority.
Let's go while we're young.
So who's the host of this show?
He's the senior TGD golf analyst. He's a former touring pro, a current teaching pro. He will teach for food. Hugh Royer III.
Oh, this is the worst looking hat I ever saw. Oh, it looks good on you, though.
What about that guy that calls himself the Godfather?
He had a voice that could make a wolverine purr. He was like a god walking amongst mere mortals.
I look good. I mean, really good. Hey, everyone! Come and see how good I look!
He refers to himself as the Godfather.
I'm gonna make him an offer he can't refuse.
He spends more time on his hair than on the golf course.
How's my hair?
I'm a Dapper Dan man.
If you need a gym card, he's got one. He is George Honeycutt, the Godfather.
Don't act like you're not impressed.
That is just so good. And good morning, golfing world. Welcome to TGD Monday Morning Golf Wrap. We are just so excited to be here with you. What a beautiful weekend, dude.
Yeah, well, you couldn't ask for better weather. No.
God, was that good.
I mean, that just, a little chilly last night, but man, I tell you what. Friday
Chilly
and
nights,
Saturday,
but
Sunday.
God. Oh. And today is supposed to be like in the mid-80s, dude. I'm going to play golf this afternoon.
Good for you.
I'm going to play golf.
Good for
you ought to be out working for a living. HR3, Hugh Roy III. I'm George Honeycutt. Welcome to Monday Morning Golf Wrap. We got a lot to talk about. We're going to cover the pro tours for you all around the globe, and a lot was happening this weekend. Of course, from Sea Island over to where the hell else? Perth, Australia.
Where San Antonio is that where?
San Antonio was where the champions were. Yeah. So a lot of stuff going on, but again, we try to catch all this up for you real quickly, and all this is brought to you by the Myrtle Beach Golf Authority, and we want to thank those lovely people for, of course, sponsoring and continuing to sponsor this program. And, of course, you can contact Myrtle Beach Golf Authority for your vacations or your golf packages or whatever. You're coming to the Grand Strand. You can get in touch with Kathy Ziegler or Karen Gilman at 888-272-7263 or myrtle-beachgolf.com. And, again, thank you to them. Now, moving on. I got to witness another hole-in-one this weekend.
Pretty good one, too, from what I've heard.
Will Weldon goes in. It's our next to the last hole, the 15th at Azalea Sands. Mm-hmm. The sun's dead in our eyes, dude, and I push one right into the bunker. Jeff pushes one right. Jimmy goes long left. Will covers the pin. This thing is striped, 4-iron from about 190. Just covering the pin. We hear it hit the green, but we don't know where it went because of the sun.
Yeah.
And lo and behold, we get up there. I walk up on the green. I see his pitch mark where the ball hit. And I just kind of bend over and I look back toward the hole and I'm going, doggone it, that ball had to roll right by the cup. And Will actually was moseying his way around to the back of the green to look in the bunker because he thought it had run through the green and into the bunker.
Well, Garrett Fonville, that works with Heather at Condo Lux, he's the golf director there. I mean, he said you guys were going over to chip and happened to just look in the hole and there the ball was.
No, we weren't chipping. We fully expected there was a ball on the green. And so we're sitting here going, okay, we got a putt, or thinking that we don't know if it's behind it or what. Mm-hmm. But I go up and I fish the pitch mark, and I just happen to walk up, and I look down the hole, and there's a Titleist 3 staring straight at me.
I tell you
staring straight at me. $10,000.
Yep. And then, part of it going to breast cancer awareness and all that. I mean, it was a good cause. Very good cause.
Well, it was a better cause if Will had agreed to give us our portion of it.
What do you get out of it?
Excuse me?
You didn't hit it?
I found the damn thing.
Yeah, but you didn't hit it.
You had to have witnesses?
Yeah, we had to sign off.
Well,
that's worth something.
I'd have bought you a drink, said thanks.
But bless Will's heart. We're going to have Will in on the show with us. I was hoping he could make it today. He had a doctor's appointment he forgot about, but we're going to try to get him in here this Thursday for Roundtable. because Will's just a lot of fun.
Yeah.
He's a good guy, and so we'll recount the hole in one, and we'll have him give us a inch by inch swing recap, and
Can that little dude hit a golf ball or what?
he can pound it, dude.
Son.
God Almighty, he can pound
What
it.
is he? 5'8", 150 pounds.
Oh, you're being generous. You really are.
Gracious,
Yeah.
He can hit the golf ball.
Yeah, he can swing at it, no doubt about it. But congratulations to Will. We'll have him in Thursday, so we'll have to give him a ration about that. And I'm definitely going to hit him hard on my portion of the winnings. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Wink,
hey,
wink,
Will,
nudge,
just
nudge.
bring him $1.50 so he can get a cup of coffee. He'll be fine.
Okay, and just to report to everyone, The Godfather, along with Jeff Gilder, our executive producer, along with Jimmy Biggs out at Crow Creek, and Will, we finish first. First place, winners, Rally for the Cure tournament.
Congratulations.
Thank you very much.
Congratulations.
You want me to sign something for you?
No.
Okay. We shoot 54. Just ching.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, just. And you know what? The great thing about the day is we never really labored over anything.
Yeah.
We had our couple pars.
Yeah.
And which in a scramble is not a good thing.
No.
But
it happens.
We never, it happens. We really never, everybody contributed. It was either.
You mean Gilder actually contributed? He make a putt?
Oh, hell yeah.
He make a putt? One?
No, you made two. You made two, dude. So everybody made a putt. Will made a couple of really good putts. I was last to putt on one hole. I made it. So everybody made the putts, but we had like a par 5, dude. I caught my driver one of the day. That's, it's not bad hitting one fairway out of 18. That's not bad. No. And we ended up using mine. I was about a foot and a half in front of Will. So we took the shortest route.
The courtesy take. Yeah.
I had to have hit a tree, a rake, a sprinkler head, and the cart path to get by him.
Hey, who cares?
But so we ended up using mine. We only had 148 yards to the pin.
Wow.
And so we ended up.
You see what those senior tees do for you, Jeff? That extra 50, 60 yards is a big plus.
Look, I had to pay $250 to play from the pinks. Okay. Hush your mouth.
It was supposed to be in 60 and over. He thought they said 50 and over.
Yeah, I get confused. Yeah.
I'll tell you what, George,
CRS.
We've got to send out some good wishes and good thoughts and good luck to the Lexington girls high school golf team. They're going today.
Are they going
for
today?
The states.
Okay.
They start today and tomorrow.
Uh-huh.
And going for their 10th state championship today.
Really?
Yes. Haley Cleary and her crew.
Haley.
Up there. So wishing them all the best.
Where are they playing?
They're down in Charleston.
In Charleston.
Mm-hmm.
Great golf in Charleston.
Yep.
Well, let's wish them the best of luck, and we'll look for an update.
Yep. Be nice to. I'll be getting some texts, I'm sure, all day from her
Okay.
dad, Scott. She's got her new Lamont Man putter.
Oh, yeah. I saw the pictures on Facebook.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, she's loving that.
And his Lamont's comments were hysterical.
Yeah.
I mean, he goes, girl, you got me laughing like crazy.
Yeah.
So,
yeah,
it was
Lamont's
good.
a good dude.
Good.
Also coming up this week, of course, your big grand opening coming up at the South Carolina Golf Center out at Shaftesbury. And that is going to be Saturday, November the 1st from 11 a.m. to whenever.
Yep.
And you're going to do a Conway Chamber of Commerce ribbon cutting at 11 a.m. And then the golf director will be out there. And from Mr. Gilder's mouth, I think we're going to be out there about 2:30, 3 o'clock doing some broadcasting. And that'll be a lot of fun. I'm bringing the Saturday golf group out there.
That ought to be
so
a blast.
we're teeing off early in the morning. We're going to be the dew sweepers that morning. And we'll get finished with our round, and then all those guys will come over and hound you.
That's fine.
So that'll be a lot of fun. And we'll be there for the turkey shoot. I plan to spend several hundreds of dollars in attempt to get a turkey. And I am getting a turkey, right?
No, you just get golf stuff.
Oh, God, doggone it. I need a turkey, dude.
Yeah, we all do.
Kroger.
Yeah.
Kroger.
Okay. All right. Whatever. I can just take my money over there and buy a damn turkey.
See, that
takes all the
works.
fun out of it. Thanks, Jeff. Well,
such is life.
and then you're going to be doing product demos. You're going to be,
we've got
of
Nike
course,
and
giving
TaylorMade.
tours
Yep.
and things like that.
Showing everybody the place.
And Mark Brooks will be there with Nike, of course, showing off the new Vapor stuff. And TaylorMade will be there
Yes.
likewise? Okay. So we'll get to see the new face cavity blades.
Yep, there'll be a lot of fun there. I mean, there'll be so much stuff going on, you won't know which way's up or down. So it'll be good.
Looking forward to it. Well, I wish you all the best of luck with that, and I know you got a busy week ahead of you, so if we can help, just don't call. And we'll see you Saturday. We'll be there for all the festivities and the fun, but we're not going to do any work.
No, I don't blame you.
All right, buddy.
Yep.
All right, let's get everybody caught up on the professional ranks down at Sea Island, the McGladrey Classic.
What a finish.
What a tournament, dude.
Yeah.
What a tournament. It's just they had perfect weather. The golf course was spectacular.
Well, it's hard to screw that golf course up.
Yeah.
That golf course is unreal.
You heard the players even making comments this year like, they did some tweaking and, man, they just made it even better.
Yeah.
So, hats off to Davis and Davis Love, of course, and the foundation and everybody down there, all the volunteers and all that to get this thing. It's his 5th year. But yet it's been a success, and it's quite obviously one of the, more liked events, I guess, maybe among the players.
I mean, you look at it. I mean, how do you not like going down to St. Simons, Brunswick, Sea Island area down there? I mean, it's gorgeous down there. And then, the golf course itself, like I said, you couldn't ask for a better golf course to play on. And, and then you look at the way they finished, and, I mean.
Well, we get our first playoff of the year of the new season, and this being the 3rd event, we get our first playoff. 3-man playoff to start with.
I tell you what, I thought McKenzie made that putt now. On 18, that 120-footer or whatever that thing was. I mean, it looked like, man, that thing's going to go.
But, it was destiny. I mean, again, Robert Streb, who ends up coming in and winning this thing, his shot on the second playoff hole, I thought it was jarred.
Yeah.
I thought he had holed in one. It was just amazing. And congratulations to him, too. And Brandon DeYoung played fantastic.
Yeah, I tell you, Brennan's going to break through here shortly. He's been close several times. He's played well in a lot of golf tournaments, and sooner or later, it's going to go ding.
He so reminds me of a young walrus, dude. He just so reminds me with his physique and the way he swings and his approach at the game. He just goes up and sets the club down behind it and takes a couple of waggles and just hits it.
Yep.
There's no mechanics. There's no the technical aspects. He's not sitting there determining how many gnats his ball is going to run into as it flies through the air. It's just simple golf. And he's having fun at the game right now. You saw that in his interview after the tournament yesterday. Yeah, he got his butt beat.
Yeah.
And he said, you know what? It was great to see Streb win the way he did. I'm happy for him. Of course, this being Robert's first win.
Yeah.
And, Robert, you sit and look at him, you go, my God, did this guy just come out of the web.com tour? No, this guy's been out there since 2009.
Yeah.
He's
been around.
He's a veteran.
Yeah, basically.
Yeah, but now, the door has opened for him. He gets the invitation to Augusta. He gets his 2-year exemption. He's won over $1 million now. He picks up the first $1 million check that's been offered by McGladrey. Yeah. So, he gets $1,008,000. Nice little check to add to the bank account.
Oh, it doesn't hurt, no.
And, of course, again, it just kind of proves and justifies his existence where a year ago, Hugh, if you talked to him, he didn't really know if this was his career path. He just – it wasn't coming together. He was just kind of out there and just hoping to keep his card and just hoping to make some money and just hoping to make a cut. And now this justifies everything, and boom.
There he is.
He's back in the limelight.
Absolutely. So. And then, you go down a little further, we got my boy Kevin Kisner.
Yeah.
He and Kenny Duke.
And Dookie.
Yep.
Look at Dookie.
They finished, in fourth, tied for fourth with Chris Kirk.
What's up with Ken? He shows up south. He shows up in the South. The boy's just a Southeastern player.
Oh, yeah. No
he
question.
is. No doubt about it.
No question.
You take him other places, and it's like, well, did Ken even show up this week? Did he register? But God almighty, you get him in a Southeastern golf course, I don't care where it is, Florida, Georgia, I don't care where. The boy's going to pop his ball.
Oh, yeah. It's just funny, though, that you say that because, he did win in Hartford. So,
yeah.
He did like Connecticut. But, to see those two good friends of mine, but you look at there, you got Kisner, Chris Kirk, and Russell Henley, all University of Georgia boys up there right there in the thick of it.
You watched the coverage really Thursday night, Friday, and Saturday, and it was like a Georgia alum tournament.
And that's what
You know,
Kevin's caddy said on Facebook, he's like, yeah, he said it was like a family reunion down here.
You know, I was gonna send you a text on Saturday and say, hey, did you get the invite? I didn't.
Yeah, no.
You know, and I'm sitting here going, damn. You know, is anybody other than Georgia alum playing in this thing?
Yeah. Well, that's what Dewey put on Facebook. I thought it was pretty funny.
Yeah.
So it was a pretty good deal, and a great finish to a great golf tournament. And
it was.
It goes for a great charity, and glad that it was such a success.
Yeah, congratulations to all that put that on. And again, it's I think it's a long-term thing for McGladrey. It's good to see McGladrey, recent to the PGA Tour as far as a title sponsor. And they were really looking for a home, and at the same time, Davis was looking for a home because he wanted to host an event.
Yeah,
and I think that was a match made in heaven.
Yeah, I think they've definitely got something special.
Well, they've already made a brand name for themselves. I mean, it is an anticipated tour stop every year. St. Simons, Sea Island, and then McGladrey. It's always referred to as the McGladrey, and it's just become one of those known events now that just rolls off the tongue.
Yeah.
So, congratulations.
Absolutely.
The women, Hugh, this was an interesting event. The Blue Bay LPGA final round. You know what? I sat there and I watched the coverage of this, and they named the golf course Blue Bay. Okay, I thought maybe they should have named it Blue Sky, but then I realized they never have a blue sky.
Yeah,
I have never seen so much rain on a golf course in my life. This thing has to be built in the middle of the tropical forest. Yeah. Unbelievable, gorgeous golf course, dude.
Oh yeah.
Oh, my gosh. But, I mean, bless their heart, those ladies were out there battling some of the worst conditions I have seen in a golf course or on a golf course other than Scottish, Irish, maybe, playing in England during the fall or whatever. But, my God, bless their hearts. And they end up in a rain-shortened event, and Leanne Pace of South Africa holds up her first championship trophy, winning her first event in the LPGA Tour. And bless her heart, she just went out and just kicked butt and took names in a very limited number of holes. Of course, they were planned for 72. It got cut to 54, and then it got cut even shorter because of the monsoons that came in. But she ends up winning the 2014 Blue Bay LPGA at Wan Lake Blue Bay Golf Course in Henan Island, China. So congratulations to Leanne Pace for that. And you go, girl. She moves up the rankings to number 42, finishing at minus 16. And
so you shoot 200 for 3 rounds. That's pretty sporty.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, she was moving her ball around. She was making some putts. There was some people trying to chase her. Michelle Wee, again, was in the mix somewhat. There was some other, Caroline Masson from Germany. She tried to make a really late push over there, with 4 birdies over the last 6 holes. But, it was just kind of with the weather and the uncertainty of if they were going to play all the way through. And they got literally during their third round, or it's quote unquote third day, not third round, but second round, third day, They were even out on the course. Leanne Pace was actually on 14, and they blew the horn. It just got too dark. But, again, a lot of disruption, a lot of start and stop. Mm-hmm. But she held her own, and congratulations to her. This will be a great way for her to enter, of course, these final events that are the end of the year for the LPGA. So also happening over the weekend, of course, the European Tour was down under. And Thorborn Olsen ends up winning with a 3-shot victory over Victor Dubuisson, a name we know well from the Ryder Cup.
I'll tell you what, Dubuisson, I watched it a little bit. I mean, the guy's swinging at it a lot better than he was. I mean, his golf swing.
Dubuisson.
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh, there's some good stuff going to come from this guy. I think the Ryder Cup kind of sparked something in him.
Well, let's again, Thorborn Olsen just went out. He wasn't really hitting his driver well, but he was getting the ball in the hole, and he ends up winning by 3. So you got to be doing something right to win the event by 3.
No question. It's like Daddy used to say, 29 and below. So he obviously made putts, and did the right thing. So
yeah, exactly. That's a good point. Now, talking about Dubuisson, interestingly, this week is the BMW Masters, and that is coming from Macmillan Golf Club in Shanghai, China. And the field that is coming out to play this week is quite intense. You're talking Justin Rose, Sergio Garcia, Ian Poulter, Victor Dubuisson, Jamie Donaldson. Just about the entire European Ryder Cup team is in this field, and which is exciting. Everybody's like, oh, crap, who do we put our money on this week?
Yeah.
I agree with you. Victor looked, good enough to where you maybe throw a little money on the back of that horse and just go ahead and ride it through the BMW Masters this week.
Well, we watched him earlier before the Ryder Cup, and like I told you, I said, golf swing just looked like it was all over the place. It just looked out of whack and whatnot. You look at him now, it looks so much more under control.
Yep.
He's driving it well. He's hitting it. He's hitting his irons crisp. And the fact is, the guy's making putts.
Right.
And he's the kind of guy like we saw him in the match play. Where, he's holding it out of the cactus or hitting these miraculous.
Right.
He knows how to get his ball in the hole. And if he's on, I think he's a tough one to beat.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, you love his mentality. You love his heart rate. Because, he's just so damn even keel.
Yeah.
He never goes up or down. And so I just think right now, if he is able to adapt his putting stroke from where he played in Perth, Australia, now popping up to, of course, into China.
Well, there are no greens in the world as fast as what's in Australia.
No, at Perth or even over at where they were playing the Asian Pacific, amateur.
Australia is known to have the fastest greens in the world.
Right.
And now you're going to go to China, and like we were talking about earlier with the women, a little bit of rain. You never know about the weather and what the greens are going to be. And I agree with you 100%, adjusting to the speed of the greens and the texture of them. It's just a different ballgame.
Good point. Good point. Well, like I said, it's a $7 million prize fund. And, again, you got the likes of Donaldson, Bjorn, of course, from Denmark. You've got Dubuisson. You got Stephen Gallagher. You've got Graham McDowell playing. You got Ian Poulter, Justin Rose. You got Chris Kirk, who's also going over and playing in it. So there's an American with a lot of late run that should have, many people considered probably should have been on the Ryder Cup team. So Chris is going over there, and this is the European Tour's final series, which leads them into these 4 tournaments that, of course, climax at the Race for Dubai.
Race for Dubai, yeah.
So, it's going to be a lot of fun to watch. I'm looking forward to it. Coverage starts as Wednesday, actually. Which is a little get up from where we're normally used to Thursday through Sunday.
Yeah.
So because of the time difference. So if you can catch any of this, it will be a lot of fun to follow. And, of course, it being the BMW Masters, there's a lot of money behind it. And let's see if somebody wins a car. It'd be nice to win one of those 6 Series Sportsters. Man, I ought to take Will over there and have an ironclad contract.
Yeah, so you can have your name tag put on the passenger seat.
Yeah, on the dashboard. This spot reserved for
George.
That's pretty funny.
That's pretty good.
You're a smart ass. All right,
How
moving
about
on.
the Senior Tour, the Champions Tour?
But you gotta sit here and go, my God, I've got a 3-shot lead. Walking off of 14.
Yeah.
I've got a 3-shot lead walking off of 14. I walk off of 15, I've got a 1-shot lead. I walk off of 16, and I'm butt tied. And then I come up 18, and I watch my person I'm tied with, I watch him drain a 6-footer for birdie. And I have to get told by the on-course commentator, yeah, that was bird. And then you blow the shot. Why he laid back so far, I don't know. But then you blow the ball over the green. You're just off the first cut. You're just off the collar. And then chunk and dunk. He looked like Hunter Mahan.
Yeah.
And, of course, I'm sorry. I could go there, but I won't. it was one of those tournaments where now I thought those greens were lightning quick.
Yeah.
Oh my God. I've played hill country.
Yeah.
And been there several times for medical show meetings, things like that, and we get out and play the golf courses. And I've played that course one time. I've played the other course several times. But those greens were just quick, dude.
And and they're usually really firm.
Yeah.
But it's nice to see. Michael obviously birdied in the last hole. Michael Allen.
Well, Michael Allen played extremely well. He was firing
you shoot Phillips
darts.
66 the last round. You're going to give yourself a shot. But it's nice that Marco's been there pretty much since he's gotten out there. He's been there a lot this year.
Well, this is his first. This is his first year that he has proven that he should be out there.
Yeah.
And he's a blue collar player. He just goes out. He's kind of, I don't know, he's kind of got that Stone Cold Steve Austin look, and he's kind of,
he does.
He does.
He always has.
And he's just, and bless his heart, you could see it getting away from him.
Yeah.
You could see it coming off of 15. You could see it coming off of 16, 17, with the bogey. He hit a good chip shot. He really did. I appreciated him going for the green. He hit a great chip shot up there. Not bogey, but he made par. But my point is you could just see it slipping away.
Yeah.
And Allen had that look on his face. And like when he was talking to his caddy coming up 18, he made the comment. He goes, "Boy, I just really like 9. I just really like 9." And caddy's going, "Dude, if you feel it, hit it."
Mm-hmm.
And he hits it about 20 feet short. It takes the big kick, comes up the hill, over the ridge, picks up speed, finishes only 6 feet below the pin on that back right pin placement.
Yeah.
Nasty pin placement.
Yeah. Welcome to PGA
And you
Tour.
see, and we've talked about this all freaking season, it's over. It's done with. Bernhard Langer's got a 128-footer on 18, and he has to two-putt to seal up the Charles Schwab Cup. It's over. It's done.
I mean, look, you can't take it away from the man. Hats off to him. I mean, good Lord.
It's been the Bernhard Langer season, dude.
He's played phenomenal all year. And like I said, Europe didn't need him, but, heck, he could have easily been on that Ryder Cup team.
Hell yeah.
A senior Champions Tour player.
I argued that point. You heard me. Y'all laughed at me. You made fun of me, but that's okay. I can deal with it.
I didn't laugh at you about the idea.
Yes,
I laughed at you for the fact that you were so adamant and they weren't going to let it happen. But, yes, he could have. I agree with you.
They let Tom Watson be captain. Why couldn't they let Bernhard Langer play?
Here we go. Here comes the next Ted Bishop issue.
But congratulations to Bernhard Langer. He is the Charles Schwab Cup 2014 champion. So congratulations. It's over and done with, folks. They are having the Charles Schwab Cup Championship event next week. It will go on.
Oh, yeah.
But
there's money to be made. People are going to play.
With the way the points were, the way this works out so everybody understands why we're sitting here making this announcement that supposedly sounds like we're making this projection, it is over and done. He had to finish tied 7th or better, and then there was no mathematical way that anyone, including Colin Montgomery, could catch him.
Yeah.
All he has to do is show up next week and tee off, and boom.
He's done.
He's done. So congratulations to Bernhard Langer. And, again, congratulations to Michael Allen. Been a great year for Michael Allen on the Champions Tour. He's played extremely well. The likes of Jay Haas. It was good to see Jay Haas back in the fold of some things yesterday. Again, you saw some of these guys coming down the stretch. Pernice was there again. Pernice has had a very good year on the tour.
I tell you, dude, Pernice can play some golf now. Tom's a great guy, and he's gone through some hard times in his life with his young child, with her eyesight and stuff like that. And to see how he's kind of persevered and kept going with golf and kind of gotten redirected in this, it's nice to see him back, because I tell you, the guy hits it as good as anybody ever seen.
Well, the top 30 in their of course, their money list make it to the Charles Schwab Cup Championship. Rocco Mediate just missed it. He finished 31st. So Rocco started the event this week in San Antonio at the TPC Hill Country Resort He started there at 31 and finished at 31. So he's not going to make it on to the Charles Schwab Cup Championship. But again, many of the players that we've grown to know and love over the last couple of years on the Champions Tour. I want to note, too, real quick, before we enter it into next week, and we'll comment again this at Highlight next week. The Champions Tour this year has been real entertaining. It's been a lot of fun to follow. And these guys have played some spectacular golf.
Oh, they've shot
on
some scores.
On some not so easy golf courses, Hugh.
No. Everybody thinks it's,
I mean, like Shoal Creek, for example. I mean, you don't go out and post 12, 13, 14 under over 4 days at Shoal Creek without golfing your golf ball.
Oh, that golf course is and people just, they remember the PGA there and all the stuff that went on with that. But I tell you what, the golf course itself is phenomenal.
Great golf course. Great golf course. All right, dude. Jeff, if you don't mind, would you give us a couple more minutes? All right. To wrap up today's show, we wanted to kind of bring up something that happened at the end of tour last week. Since we got together, and I told you over the weekend that I'd like to address this on Monday, and so we're doing that now.
Do we have to?
Well, no, if you just adamantly don't want to, no, we don't have to.
We can. It's just it's such a disappointing situation. Well,
what we're talking about, folks, is Ted Bishop, as president of the PGA of America, was terminated, that is the word, from his position effective immediately. And it has now been learned that as far as his record as president for the last 23 months, that will be stricken clean.
Yeah, so basically he was never president of the PGA.
So,
Right.
well, the good thing about that is he doesn't go down in history as a loser of the Ryder Cup, right?
Yeah, true.
Yeah.
Good. And I was going to
And he actually never picked Tom Watson.
Did you read my news points?
It's not his fault.
No.
All right. Did you cheat and read? Okay. Whatever.
I'm sorry.
That's cool. Ted Bishop tweeted out, Facebooked out some comments on some things that were written inside of Ian Poulter's recent book. And he basically was standing up for Ian made some comments in his book about Sir Nick Faldo. And Bishop, for whatever reason in his mind, he had to go on Twitter and Facebook and protect Sir Nick Faldo and comment on Ian Poulter. This guy's the president of the PGA of America. Of course, he's coming to the end of his quote-unquote term. He had a month left. November 22nd was his final day. And I'm not quite sure, as president, you're a PGA member. As president of the PGA, you would think that really he wouldn't be allowed to even tweet his grandchildren unless some PR person, marketing person, editorial person, whatever, monitored what came off the desk of the president of the PGA. Would you agree with that or disagree with that? Or because you guys as PGA members, you pay your dues, which are extensive, I might add. Mm-hmm. You pay to get into the PGA program, which is extensive, I might add.
Yeah.
And you guys just made $130-something million off the Ryder Cup. You guys made probably $28 to $30 million off the PGA Championship. There's enough money there to go hire a damn publicist. Why do you allow a figure such as him to have this opportunity to where he can just do? So I look at Ted Bishop and he shouldn't have done it. That's my first stance. He was a dumbass for doing it.
Well, dude, that's a given. No offense. You're elected president of the PGA of America, or if you're president of the whatever. Bill Golden at Golf Holiday, he's not going to do anything like this. He's president of Golf Holiday. He's not going to do something like what Ted Bishop just did.
No.
What he did was one of the most immature, idiotic things you could ever do in a position that he's in. Okay?
Right.
Now, you and I are not in that position for a very specific reason. People know we're going to do something like that.
Yeah.
Okay?
Yeah.
This man's supposed to be intelligent. He's running the PGA of America, which, like you said, is a very prosperous organization.
Of late.
Exactly. Okay? He's the head honcho. And he's going to do something that juvenile?
Yeah.
I mean, seriously. Wait till you get out, then do whatever you want.
Oh, yeah.
But, I mean, you're a president of the United States, or you're president of Walmart, or you're the president of the PGA of America.
Right.
You have to be politically correct. Politics is involved in everything you do.
Well, this is my opinion. And, Jeff, if you want to hit the red button, that's up to you. This was coming since the winter of really 2012. The way Bishop came immediately out before they had done the surveys with you guys about the anchoring ban.
Mm-hmm.
He jumped out there. He started making some comments. And then he kind of included the opinion of not only PGA professionals, but playing professionals. Fincham was quick to jump on and say, well, that's not really the opinion of the playing professionals, but we don't exactly agree with the ban, and we need to collect the thoughts of our players.
Mm-hmm.
Again, Fincham taking the political proper stance to protect his players.
Well, again, the man was a lobbyist in Washington. He knows politics.
And he's a lawyer.
Yeah.
Okay. So now we go back to Bishop. Did you cut yourself?
No, I had a bug.
Oh, you're picking.
Yeah.
So Bishop then retracts a little bit, and then, lo and behold, just days later, Tiger Woods and Arnold Palmer come out, and they support the anchoring ban. Another embarrassment for Ted Bishop, because now here's the two greatest names in golf, Arnold Palmer and Tiger Woods, both saying that, well, yeah, there should be an anchoring ban. So now Bishop's going, well, now I got even more egg on my face. Then what happens? He thinks he's got enough political power to maybe push the USGA to side with him that this anchoring ban should not be even considered nor passed. And the USGA goes absolutely on the other side of the fence and charges up the hill to get this thing approved with the RNA. Fincham backs off and says, whoa, Bishop's going down a slippery slope here with snow, ice, and oil.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm going to have to stand over here and remove myself. And if you remember the press conference, it was Fincham at one end, Bishop at the other.
Yeah.
And there was a lot of comments made prior to that to tell both of them, don't go including the identifying names of either or organization.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, I mean, it just goes to show that, you know.
So that's where the snowball started, really. And then he goes out on a limb and wants to pick his childhood friend and idol and golfing idol as captain, thinking that, oh, well, if anybody can turn the U.S. around in a Ryder Cup, it's Tom Watson. And there has now been word leaked out that in all of those discussions among the Derek Spragues and the others that are up there in the executive committee, you know, of the PGA of America,
mm-hmm.
that Watson wasn't the choice. But Ted Bishop pulled his power as president and said, it's my decision. I'll make it. Watson's the captain. And boom, he put his name on it. And now, added to that, this most recent incident, you know, whether does he get fired for picking Watson? No. Does he get ridiculed? Sure. Does he get name blasted? Sure.
Sure. You better be able to take
does he get accused? Sure.
Then take the grief.
But
and
he
move
wasn't
on.
losing his position.
No.
He wasn't going to get reelected, but he wasn't going to lose his position, and nor would he have lost his historical aspects of his 2-year, 23-month reign as PGA president.
And then the problem is he goes and gets sexist with it and calls Poulter a little girl.
A little girl.
And now all of a sudden you're bringing in another side of a different problem or an issue that's been going around.
But you know,
do you think that he may have self-imploded to have his train wreck of a tenure wiped from the record?
I don't know. I don't think he's that smart.
No, I don't think he's.
I don't think he's that smart. Now, his ego big enough, to get himself in this trouble, yes, but smart enough to do that, no, not a chance.
He's a smart guy. Don't get me wrong, because let's look at what he's done in 23 months. The PGA of America, I guarantee you, to 99% of the golfing world, amateur golfers all over the world, they had no clue that the PGA of America was a total separate entity from the PGA Tour, the European Tour, the RNA. They had no freaking clue what the PGA of America was. They just thought it was a company that put together a tournament a year, a major championship.
Yeah.
Ted Bishop actually has gone out there and wanting to promote this and to get this going and to promote more players in the game. And he was a showman. He was that person that went out and put the PGA of America back in the news. He put the PGA of America was somehow, some way, that tagline was hitting the newspapers, the media, social outlets like here at Zeus. It was hitting us weekly. Where before, you had no clue they even existed. You had no clue who the president was. You had no clue what the hell they did.
No, but then again, he should have been a marketing person then, because the way he handled things as a president in the top seat, being the figurehead of the PGA of America, and what he's just done has literally given him a Mike Tyson knockout blow right to the left eye. I mean, you can't, and to hear, the women golfers and the women PGA
but the
members,
women haven't coming out.
Yes, they have.
They haven't. It's surprising how little that this is getting attacked on the other side, because, my opinion is, and I've heard from a couple lady amateurs, they said, well, you know what? Ted Bishop's got 2 daughters. He's got a couple of grandkids that are girls. He's done nothing but promote golf for the ladies. So, maybe Poulter is a little girl. Maybe he's just using that as a phrase or a slang, and he just probably chose the wrong comment.
And George, there's no question he's using it as slang, or it's just a comment to give the guy some flack and harass him.
Mm-hmm.
But as president of the PGA of America, you're not going to hear the president of the United States use a phrase like that.
Well, I don't know.
Well, with this one you may not. But, I mean, you understand where I'm coming from, though. There comes a point to where, you gotta be politically correct.
Yeah.
You're making over $1 million a year. You got to be politically correct.
I agree.
It's just the most bonehead move I've ever seen.
I agree. He's a smart guy that has chose the wrong fights and the wrong words to fight those fights.
Yeah.
It's just, I mean,
it's a shame, because I tell you what, it's going to stunt the PGA of America. And and being honest with you, even though you're talking about how much he's brought the PGA of America back, their membership is not growing.
No,
it's declining.
Well, the career choice of being part of the PGA of America is what's declining or hurting or whatever you want to put it at. And Ted Bishop's not helped that any, but that's not the main cause of why that career path is changing.
No, it's not the main cause, but it is declining. I mean, yes, he's done some things to bring the show back to its heyday, and the PGA show has gotten bigger the last couple of years, which is nice to see, because it was declining.
Right.
But as far as the membership and they're trying to do this and do that, but unless you're a Bob Ford at Oakmont or Seminole, or you're, Mr. Harmon down at Secession, those PGA members are like my father, God rest his soul. They're long gone.
Yeah.
I mean, the guys coming up today through the golf system, they're not necessarily in the PGA of America.
It's been entertaining for us, dude. It's given us a lot to talk about over 23 months. Otherwise, those were discussion points, comments, reactions, emotions that were only shared behind the big mahogany doors, as we refer to it.
Oh, yeah.
Okay?
Yeah.
So we've had the opportunity with Mr. Ted Bishop to bring that to the forefront, talk about it with our viewers and our listeners on this network, and I'm going to miss it. You know, we're going to have to look to somebody else now for content. But, again, Ted Bishop terminated as PGA President of America. His record pretty much will be stricken. He's been in the business 37 years. He's the head pro at his golf course up in Indiana, and he'll just exist there for the rest of his life and just fly away with the dust in the wind.
Exactly. I mean, and no offense, it's all self-inflicted.
Yeah. Well,
sad as the story is, it's self-inflicted.
You got to wonder, though, if there was somebody behind the scenes that was kind of, go ahead, send that.
You never know.
Go ahead. Yeah.
Like I said, it's politics.
I'd send that out, dude.
It's politics.
Oh, yeah. Go
George.
ahead. Send that out. By the way, I'm vice president. Guess who gets your position? Moving on. TGD Radio and TV are produced and broadcast by the Zeus Radio Network for thegolfdirector.com. When visiting The Golf Director, navigate over to our featured golf course pages where you'll find up-to-date information about course conditions, specials, and much, much more. Need help with your next golf vacation? You can also contact us. Give us a call at 844-GO-GOLF-1, 844-GO Golf 1. That's 844-GO-GOLF-1 or 844-464-6531. All of our TGD programming is archived for listening and viewing on demand. I often pull your face up and just look at it and look at it and look at it.
Scary.
To catch up on show you may have missed, click on the TGD Radio and the TGD TV tabs in the menu at thegolfdirector.com. This is George Honeycutt, and of course, on behalf of Hugh Roy III, our producers and guests, we thank you for tuning in. There's more TGD golf news and information coming up next. Thanks for joining us on the Monday Morning Golf Wrap.